Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good, good. Man, what an introduction. Thank you, Chad, for that. And I'm so glad to have you guys all out here today. We're going to talk about video collaborations. And when we talk about collaborations, we're talking about you and someone else working together on a piece of content. So I want you to know that I'm going through this way too quickly. And maybe I can find, which way do I go back here? How do I go back? The bottom? Okay. I'm revealing like all my good stuff here. Like 3 jokes have just been ruined. Let's start again. Will you guys clap one more time? Owen video! So excited to be here today. We're going to talk about video collaborations. And I want you to know right off the bat that I have built my company, my credibility on collaborations, and collaborations are powerful. Collaborations are when 2 or more people come together to create content that by itself is more powerful than either of those individuals alone. I mean, can you imagine peanut butter without jelly? I know, it's a cold world that no one wants to be a part of. But let's get real here, because collaborations are actually the foundation of business. Henry Ford, Firestone, and Thomas Edison came together to collaborate on the modern car, which made way for the Industrial Revolution that changed the world. And I seem to remember a collaboration where this fine nation collaborated with other nations to defeat the greatest evil that this world has ever seen. Collaborations are memorable. They take us back in time, and we remember things from our childhood that we really shouldn't remember, but they came together in such a way that they stuck with us. I mean, how many of you, this is 25 years old, but how many of you could fill in the blank here on this child's cartoon, right? Pinky and the Brain. And I'll bet you a bunch of you can even remember the song, right? They're Pinky and the Brain. They're Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. You guys get it. But let's go back even farther. Lucille Ball, just a outstanding comedian, collaborated with a Cuban-born refugee, become TV producer to revolutionize Hollywood in their collaborative marriage. What about this? Fine, probably the best TV show ever written, where 4 actresses collaborated on a project, including the late, great Betty White, to make one of the funniest TV shows ever made. Collaborations scale growth. Because when you collaborate with another industry expert, you are immediately introduced to their audience with credibility and authority. I've built my business on collaborations of all kind, and today I'm going to share with you 3 of the most productive collaborations that we still use in our company today. I remember years ago, I did a free collaboration. I wasn't paid anything to interview Amy Schmidauer, Amy Landino, on her podcast, and I instantly got 20,000 YouTube subscribers just from appearing on her channel. That led to bigger opportunities and paid collaborations with people like Jay Bear. That introduced me to other industry professionals, and the top video marketers in the country have invited me to collaborate as the MC in conferences that they host all over the world. Collaborations create powerful growth. And if there's nothing else that you get from this presentation today, I want you leaving here today knowing that collaborations are powerful and they will 10x your industry credibility, your followers, but it's also going to grow your revenue. And I'm really interested in revenue right now. And the reason being is because we've become this look at me culture where everyone's making videos on TikTok. They're getting millions of views, but you know what? They call me 10 o'clock at night and they say, Owen, I'm broke. I'm getting views, but I'm not making any money. And I want to see us turn the tide in this culture as the businesses that keep this country moving. I want to see all of us in here committed to, yes, social media growth and follower growth, but I want to see us committed to growth in the business that allows us to work less, make more, and offer more value to our customers. Can I get an amen? Man, I don't know about you guys, but I've been working too hard trying to keep up with everybody in social media. And what I found for me, unfortunately, is that grind, that hustle culture turned into cancer. And I want to share a little bit of that story and how collaborations has helped me power through one of the most challenging life circumstances that any human being could ever endure. So I want to introduce you guys today. We're going to talk about the 3 most powerful collaborative strategies that you could be implementing today for your brand growth, but I want you to know who I am. My name is Owen Video, and as Chad mentioned, I am a YouTube coach behind some of the most powerful channels in the industry today. My wife and I run this company, and she is just stunning. I'm so grateful for you, my love. And if you want to learn more about me, you can scan that QR code. Now, everything in our lives seemed to be going great when cancer struck. And it's probably the worst news anybody could ever hear. The doctors found 9 tumors on a routine checkup. They told me that there was no hope. They told me that there was no chance, and to get my affairs in order. But I decided not to believe them. And I decided that I was going to beat this thing come hell or high water. So I began to investigate all sorts of alternative therapies that we call metabolic cancer therapy, non-toxic. And I've gone from 9 tumor sites down to 2 in just 20 months. And I stand before you today. Thank you. Thank you. I stand before you today almost entirely cancer-free. Now, if I could build my company while fighting this battle, I think you guys could make a couple collaborations that make you 15 grand this quarter. What do you think? It makes it a little bit more doable, right? Like that cancer dude can do it. So, you know, what's interesting about the whole cancer experience is I couldn't have done it on my own. Right? That moment that I decided that I was going to beat cancer, I began looking for other experts that I could collaborate with on my health. And I met Dr. Jake, who is a metabolic oncologist in our area. And Dr. Jake and I decided to collaborate on a YouTube channel. And you know when we decided to do this? The moment he gave me the bill. That's how much it costs to beat cancer. And I go, I got an idea for you, doc. But we did. We collaborated on a YouTube channel where he shares metabolic therapies for overcoming cancer and autoimmune. And on the 7th video that we uploaded to his channel, we got 70,000 video views. We got 752 comments, generated 2.7 thousand subscribers, and closed tens of thousands of dollars in new patient referrals, for which he is still getting calls today. That, yes. And he's dry as toast. Is he not? Is he not? You know, you don't have to be a super sharp, slick talker to do well with collaborations. You just have to work with the right people. So we're going to talk about what it means to collaborate today, and we're going to dive in with defining the word collaborate, okay? So when we talk about collaborating, we're talking about you are partnering with someone else or multiple people to create a piece of content or multiple pieces of content that have an expected return. okay? We are rarely engaging in collaborations because it's fun, right? You're engaging in collaborations and you're going, I want this to generate 1,000 leads. I want this to generate $15,000 in revenue. We're gonna show you how we track that. So I wanna talk about strategy number 1, the YouTube collaboration. How many of you have YouTube channels to this day, right now? Okay, so a lot of you in the room. How many of you have been thinking about starting one? How many of you were terrified of YouTube in the first place, right? So it's like a mixed bag out there. I love to see my boy Fanzo out there participating. Look, the YouTube collaboration model is a very simple model. And if I had to start in this business all over again, right now, today, with nothing, I would build a YouTube channel entirely based on collaboration. I'd make 30 videos, interview 30 people, have 30 guests on my channel, and I believe that that would fully explode my channel. This is what I want to encourage all of you business owners and content creators to consider in your next content strategy, is a YouTube collab model where you're going to partner with clients or with teammates or with the mayor of the city officials, business leaders, to create content on your YouTube channel. Essentially, you want to partner with people that are more famous than you. And I want to talk about some of the details of this model, knowing that we can't really go into all the in and outs today. There's a lot of templates, a lot of great stuff on my website that you guys can kind of dig into. Tony mentioned earlier a lot of the content on my YouTube channel that'll help you execute this. But let's just talk about what the models look like. I want to talk about 2 basic YouTube collaboration models. Let's start with the business model. You want to get business from making video, then make it easier for your clients to share their stories. So I want to encourage you to interview your best customers after you've finished fulfilling their order. Hey, Jim, did you have a good time working with us? Yeah, I loved it. Hey, would you mind meeting me on a Zoom call and sharing your experience with our customers? And what you're going to do is you're going to meet on a Zoom call with these customers as part of a regular content plan. You're going to have some editor on Fiverr. It doesn't matter who you get. Give it an editor on Fiverr to chop it up, make it all nice and neat. And then you're going to upload it to YouTube with highly optimized keyword search terms like best flooring contractor in Lima, best traffic attorney in Lima, so that when viewers are searching for those terms, they find your video with a customer testimonial. That's the client acquisition model. Let's talk about the client appreciation day. I love this model. You want to get a ton of videos done in one time, host a client appreciation day. Go rent a small room or have your customers meet up with you in a restaurant, like in a small back room somewhere. Get 10, 15, 25 of them together, have some hors d'oeuvres, have some tea out there, and bring your camera, your videographer. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna host a networking event. It's gonna be 2 hours with just your clients. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull these clients away, one person at a time, interview them on camera. And then you're gonna upload that footage over to YouTube. You're gonna host a 2-hour event. It might cost you $1,000 after all the food and all the coffee's been paid for. You're gonna walk out of there with 15, 20 videos of client testimonials that you can attach to highly optimized keyword search terms. Don't let anyone tell you that video is challenging. Video is in your hand 99% of the day. You just gotta learn how to use it in a way that makes sense for your schedule. So that's the client acquisition YouTube model. If you don't have a YouTube channel for your business, I want to encourage you to start one today and do this model now. Don't sleep on this. The next model I want to talk to you about is interviewing other thought leaders in your area. And this is going to be for you content creators out there. Those of you that are social media managers, maybe you're writing blog content. Even if you are a painter in Lima, I want you to think about partnering with other exterior professionals in your area to create a YouTube channel that expands and enhances the customer experience. So in this collaboration model, what you're doing is trying to create, 10, 15-minute interviews with people who are more famous than you. They'll share the video on social, bringing that traffic back to your website. This kind of stuff is easy to do. You can use free recording software and a basic camera. Mic setup, you don't need to have all the fancy stuff that maybe some of my colleagues carry around. That's them, that's not you. You're going to include a link to your sales page in the description box below, and I want you to commit to 10 collaborations. You know, one of the biggest problems that I see in the business community is that you commit. You want to build a house, but you only want to buy 3 bricks. And you go, I'm going to try to build a house with these 3 bricks, and if it doesn't work, this whole house thing's a scam, right? I'm going to do video. I'm going to do 1 video. I'm going to half-ass it, and if it doesn't work, then that video guy's a scam. Right? I know we're all guilty of this. I want you to commit to 10 collaboration pieces. And then after 10, let's sit back, let's look at the analytics, and let's see how you did. How many of you guys think you could do something like this? Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of hands. We're kind of getting the table elbow, the table raise thing. So I'm looking out there, but I see you. All right. This is one collaboration I did. I started a YouTube channel on my own to outline my cancer journey. And check it out. How to beat thymoma cancer is not a widely searched term. You know, ironically, only 3% of the cancer population even has thymoma. So how do I get that channel kickstarted? How do I get that channel growing? Well, I collaborated with a metabolic cancer therapist, Jane McClellan. That one video interview I did with her. By the way, she's kind of famous, you know what I mean? And I just called her and I was like, would you like to be on my YouTube channel? She was like, yes. Oh my gosh, I would love that. Can you show me how to do YouTube? It was just like a wonderful experience. I'm sharing that with you because you might think, well, why would the mayor want to be on my YouTube channel? Ask him or her. I bet you she'd be thrilled to be interviewed on your YouTube channel. But I interviewed Jane McClellan, and that one video got 25,000 views and generated 900 subscribers. One video. Collaborations, my friends, are powerful. Let's talk about collaboration model number 2, the lead generation model. I don't know about you guys, but lead flow is everything, right? I would be thrilled to wake up every day with 10 new leads, 15 new inquiries in my inbox. That's exactly what the lead gen model is designed to do. So with the lead gen model, it works similarly to collab model number 1, but instead of doing these short interviews with just kind of like people that you know, the lead gen model, you're going to host an industry summit where you're going to interview 10 other experts for 30 to 60 minutes. You are going to host those videos unlisted on YouTube, and you're going to embed them into one of your blog pages. No one is allowed to see those videos unless they opt in. Are you guys familiar with this model at all? Have you heard this before? The online summit model is a brilliant model, and it still works to this day. Let's kind of look at how it works. Let's pretend, let's assume that you're a landscaper. So what I would suggest that you do is you're gonna host a home landscaping for spring summit. And this is where consumers can get design ideas from top landscaping professionals that will nurture them and get them prepared to make a purchase. What you're going to do is you're going to invite your colleagues from related fields. So you're going to invite a patio covers company. You're going to invite a sprinkler company. You're going to invite a painter to come on and share their best tips for home landscaping spring 2022. Now, here's where it all works, okay? Everyone that you invite to speak here must email their list and invite their list, their past and future customers, to opt in. To go to that page, they trade an email, they get to watch all 10 videos. Hey, I'm sorry, Jim, I'd be happy to be in your summit, but I'm not going to email my list. Then you don't get to be in my summit. It's as simple as that. But if you're working with 10 people who each have lists of 3,000 customers each, that's 30,000 new people who will see your business name. They will give you their email in order to see these 10 videos. Now, 30 days after the summit's over, you make the videos public on YouTube. You attach them to search terms, And now you're getting the evergreen lead flow from the massive lead flow that you just generated 30 days prior. Does that make sense to everybody out there? I recommend you do 2 of these a year as just a general lead gen hygiene plan. Let's talk about model number 3, probably the model that we're all most interested in, which is the direct sales model. How do you collab with people to get direct sales? So I want to talk to you about a method we kind of, at our company, we call it the Ben Fanning method. Ben Fanning is one of our clients. He's done exceptionally well with this strategy. And this is ideal, I think, for a lot of you who have companies and have social media managers or marketing managers that can help you execute. It's a little bit more complicated, but let's walk through this. In the direct sales collab model, you're gonna partner with your ideal clients and interview them about your success. You're going to partner with your ideal clients and interview them about your success. So this is a model that's perfect for the business coach or a consultant, maybe an agent. And what you're gonna do is leverage that interview time that you have with them to discover their needs and pitch them your product or service. So you're actually not doing the interview to get views. You're doing the interview to get the time with one of your preferred prospects. So let's talk about how this works. Let's assume that you're a coach, like a fitness coach, you're maybe a business coach, you're a consultant, you're an agent. I would encourage you to start a video series or a podcast where you interview local CEOs or business owners about their success. Hey, Sally, this is Owen. I know you don't know me, but I'm starting a brand new series on my YouTube channel. It's about the best CEOs in Lima. I couldn't ignore your success, but in truth, I just got your number from the chamber directory. And I'd love to have you on my show. Would you love to come? And of course, Sally be thrilled, right? So while you're on that interview with Sally, she meets you for a Zoom call, you're gonna use that time either on air or off air to do a needs analysis with them. So what are the biggest challenges you're facing in your business right now, Sally? And you're gonna jot that down. What are the types of clients you're trying to get to, Sally? And you're gonna write that information down. And you're gonna do the interview with them. The goal being that either after the interview, whether it's right after, sometimes it can be rude to do it like right after. Maybe you wait 3 days. Hey, I just edited the interview, it came out great, but Sally, I wanted to, you mentioned that you were struggling with XYZ, and I have solutions for XYZ. Would you be down to have another short conversation? And you turn the guest of your show into an opportunity meeting. And that's key. Now, you launch the thing and it gets 7 views. Who cares? You just made 15 grand. You get what I'm saying? The podcast, the video series is really a backdoor to build the relationship. Now, here's the thing. You are only going to interview people that would make great clients for you. This is the hard part, right? Because sometimes I'll have clients that will jump in on this plan. They want to do the direct sales model, but then they'll interview their cousin Cletus just to get a yes and not have to go through that fear cycle of like, oh, who am I going to ask, right? But I'll tell you, asking someone to come on your podcast is a lot more effective than handing out business cards at a wine mixer. You're creating content and you're filling your pipeline all at the same time. Now, once you publish the video or the podcast, you're going to send it to the CEO and you're going to hope that they share it on their LinkedIn. That's, of course, their hope. And that's exactly what our client Ben Fanning does over at Lead the Team. The whole podcast was created just to prospect people. And he's made multiple 5-figure deals from the CEOs that he's had on his podcast, but those CEOs also share the content on LinkedIn where he's getting 25,000, 30,000, 40,000 views. So, in fact, I use this same strategy. I prospected a client on a Facebook Live show, and that turned into $36,000 in revenue. And then that same show was referenced as an exceptional live stream at Social Media Marketing World. That's like flapa, like 2 big wins there. And I'll tell you, it was simple. We had the CEO of a SaaS company on, and you know what I said to him? I'm like, man, you guys should start a Facebook show. He goes, Owen, let's talk afterwards. I ended up working with them for a year, and it was a wonderful, wonderful relationship. So collaborations are powerful for generating huge revenue in your business. Take a look at our client, Scott Weiss, generated $60,000 in 6 weeks following our video strategies. Karen Carr is a coach. She made $50,000 in 8 weeks. Brian White is a real estate agent, made $90,000 in commission in 12 weeks with a webcam. I'm not that interested in views and subscribers. They matter. They're good. I'm interested in the revenue. And I don't want to wait a year for my return. I want to return quick. So if you guys are interested in this type of stuff, you probably got some questions. What do I say? How do I find these people? What if they say no? Where do I post it? How do I host it? Look, I want you to know that we have all the answers on our website at thevideomarketingschool.com. We also have templates. We have guidelines. We have training programs. My wife and I can walk you through our process. And here's my brand promise. You will make 5 figures in 90 days, or we will coach you for free until you do. So I want to encourage all of you to step out in front of the camera. Interview and collaborate with people that will get you into new markets, new networks with instant credibility, and grow your revenue fast, because we're tired of fake influencers. We're tired of fake followers. Let's make some money. Thank you guys for having me out here today. I'm Owen Video.